Hi everyone, this is Michael Sanders. This is my Go See show.
Hi.
In which I interview models who come and see me ostensibly for work to show me their book, and I interview them about their life stories and their career in modelling.
Perfect.
My lovely Go See for the day is...
I'm Anna Hagood.
And Anna is with what agency?
I am with Supreme Management here in New York.
That's right. I should mention that every time. I forget. But thank you for coming. It's a bit of a grey day. It was mixed weather, wasn't it?
It was.
Now it's a bit flat and grey.
Yeah. No rain.
Show me your book and...
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. So tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from Las Vegas.
Okay, now you grew up in the sunshine.
Yes, the sunshine. I don't know this weather. This is foreign weather to me.
Is it sunny all the time in Las Vegas?
About 300 days.
Whoa.
Yeah, just full of sunlight.
Is it good for tennis playing then?
Yes, my mom actually does play tennis.
She does?
Yeah, she does.
That's not why your parents moved.
No.
Did they move? Tell me the story.
They are. Okay, so they're originally from Texas. They're from
Okay.
like a tiny little town in Texas full of oil, and like they grew up there, both my parents, and then they both moved to Vegas. My dad's a teacher, my mom's a pharmacist.
What
and
does he
then
teach?
He teaches math.
He's a math teacher.
He is, and I'm awful at math. So
You didn't inherit his genes.
No, or my mom's in chemistry.
They're science people.
I know. And I'm like not that at all.
Are you a sibling to others?
They got divorced, and then they.
Oh, your parents got divorced.
Yes.
How old were you when they got divorced?
I was 3.
That's young.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I was 5.
Okay.
I remember.
You do.
And you just take it in your stride.
Yeah.
3, you don't remember. You don't remember your parents being together in the same house.
No, not at all.
You grew up with your mum.
I grew up with both, so 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did they arrange that? What was the schedule?
The court did. So when I was little, I would go Monday, Tuesday with my mom, Wednesday, Thursday with my dad, and then every other weekend until about age 12.
That's what you knew. Mm-hmm. It suited things because you didn't know otherwise.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And it was good?
Yeah, everything's
Were
fine.
they very different?
Yeah.
Personalities?
Very
Was it
different.
Two different households,
It
two different views
is.
on life?
Yes, totally. My mom is...
Were they incompatible?
They didn't get along very well. So they don't.
So it wasn't a case of opposites attracting?
No. They met
They
in
were
college.
different.
Yeah, they met in college and then moved out, and I think they just both went their separate ways. Once they got to Vegas, which, I mean, people grow apart. It's
Sure.
totally fine.
Absolutely. Did either of them remarry? Or?
Yes, both of them did.
Okay, and have kids?
My mom and my stepdad do.
Okay.
I have a little brother who's 6.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's so adorable. He's so cute. He does karate.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Crazy little kid. He had his first match last weekend and won. So
What were you like as a child?
I played soccer for 13 years.
Wicked.
Yeah, and then
And again, the weather is conducive to all-round soccer playing?
year round. In the winter, in the summer, and no rain or snow. So just in the, like 30s and 40s.
Girls and boys were playing soccer in Las
Yep.
Vegas.
Yep.
Did you feel that it was a second or third or fourth even in America class game?
Yeah, everyone played. Everyone just...
Everyone played. So that's what's so
Yeah.
extraordinary to me. Knowing that a whole generation of children basically spent their whole youth playing soccer. And then it doesn't get the status of the other.
It's crazy.
That must be because those other main sports have a stranglehold. A power stranglehold on the culture, on those institutions, on something.
Especially for boys. Like, women do kind of dominate the soccer in Vegas. Like, it's a huge women's sport. But in men's, it's either football or baseball. Those kind of sports.
So what position did you play?
I played defense. So I was like the last straw before you got to the goalie.
Right.
And
Did you enjoy that?
Oh, I did.
You were assigned that role?
Yes, my dad was actually my coach.
Oh, wicked.
Yep,
That's
so-
so good. So he taught and coached the that's
Yep.
so classic American, isn't
Right?
it?
Oh my
Americana.
gosh. So yeah, practiced 7 days out of the week with him.
Was there added pressure?
Oh yeah, there always is when your parent is your coach, but
Was he competitive?
very competitive. That's where I get my competitive stride. It's from
you
both
are
my
that
parents.
way too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both my parents were like that. My mom played tennis in high school and my dad was golf soccer player. So, I don't know, I just have this competitive streak in me to go out
and win.
And win no matter what.
Was it a good team? Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
You won.
We were really good until we all decided to go separate ways about 7th grade.
So how old are you then? At 12?
Yeah, 12, 13.
So is that typically what happens? Puberty comes along?
Yep.
And you all drop off?
Yeah, new teams come, people start leaving, they start preparing for high school if they're really serious for it, so...
So in your mind, what was going to happen then?
I was going to go play in high school, but I tore my hamstring. So
You got injured?
I got injured.
Through
so,
overuse?
Yeah, because my new team didn't have a defender, so they overused me in the back, and so I tore it right off the bone. Yeah, it was really,
Jesus.
Yeah, really painful, actually.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
how long did it take for you to recover?
A year. It took a year.
Wow. And were you aware this is it? This is the end?
Yeah, pretty much. Plus I was starting to get like annoyed with the sport at that point because I had been playing for I don't know how many years.
Bored?
Yeah, just bored and I
Burnt out.
Yeah, it was more burnt out. Like I was tired. I wanted to kind of do other sports and see what else was out there, but all I have ever known was soccer. So when I got injured, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let it heal and then see where I am after that. And then once it healed, I switched over to volleyball.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. And so I was...
So you weren't done with sport at all?
No. And then my mom was like, well, if you're really serious about modeling, then you need to think about not doing sports so you don't get injured and show up with like bruises all over you. And
so modeling had already reared its ugly head.
It had.
Its beautiful head
oh
at
my gosh.
that time.
Yes.
So tell me the story about that. How old were you? How did that happen?
Well, I've always been interested in the fashion industry.
You have?
Yes, my mom has scrapbooks that I've made when I was 6 years old of dresses, and I was drawing dresses and dressing up my Barbie dolls, doing mini fashion shows in a house. And
Wow.
yeah, I've always been interested in it. So I've always kind of known I wanted to be a model. So when I had got over the whole like ugly stage in middle school, like the braces, the kind of growing into yourself stage, I was 14 and got my braces off and walked into a modeling agency in
Immediately?
Vegas. Yep. Right
Of your own planning and volition?
Mm-hmm.
So were there fashion magazines in the household?
Yes. Vogue, Elle.
Your mum loved that stuff?
Oh yeah, she's very interested in it. So she taught me.
Wow,
like what designers.
She schooled you
yes,
in fashion.
Yes.
What a great mum.
Yeah, she's always been really
What's
supportive of it. Her name is Amy.
Well done, Amy.
Yeah,
You created a model out of your child.
Right? But she's great.
Would she have wanted to be involved herself?
In modeling?
Or the fashion business?
I don't know. I would have to ask her, but she's 5'6", 5'7", so she's short. She's on the shorter side, but yeah, she's always been into like big labels and watching what comes out, new collections.
Okay.
So when I wanted to model, she was so excited just to like be a part of it and everything.
That's fantastic.
And she's like, "This is your dream. Go out and do it." Because she accomplished hers. She has a doctorate in pharmacy, so
right.
And kind of no one really believed in her, so she did it by herself. And
that wasn't the case with you, though.
No, she was like, "I will support you in anything you want to do."
So at what age do you think you were when you knew who Coco Chanel was? Or
oh gosh,
it didn't go that far.
It was probably around 8th grade, so 13. I started to get into things because that's when I got injured and my life wasn't soccer anymore. So then I started to like look up labels and look up models and girls and just see like how they acted. And so.
And what were the influences at that time? What were you looking at? Who was pinging out at you and inspiring that vision of what the business is? Was it television? Was it America's Top Model?
It was America's Top Model and the Victoria's Secret show.
So who's the presenter of that again?
Tyra.
So
Tyra.
Tyra is a touchstone and an icon for generations of kids watching fashion on television, and for many people that is fashion.
That is fashion.
So you watched those shows religiously?
Yes, every year I'd watch a Victoria's Secret fashion show, like just watch how they walked and saw who was walking. And then when American Next Top Model came on, I would record them and watch them. And
Project Runway?
I was
Did
never...
that count? That doesn't count?
It does, but I wasn't really into that because it was more about the clothes rather than the models. So, but now I watch it just to watch amazing designers come to life and see their vision. But
did you do any historical research about the kinds of films and documentaries about fashion over the years, like the September issue? Have you seen the September issue?
I have not yet.
You're going to go home.
I'm going to.
After this, and you're going to go on
I have
Netflix
to.
or whatever, the sites that you can download these things on, and watch September issue.
to.
It's the most important one, I think.
Because I watched Dior and I.
Okay.
So
it's much better than that.
Okay.
And Unzipped about Isaac Mizrahi in the 90s is great as well.
Okay.
Made by his boyfriend, and so it's very intimate. And
what's the one with British Vogue that just came out?
is there one with British Vogue?
There was one with
a proper one?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember the title. I watched it on a plane.
Everything You Need to Know is in the September issue.
Okay, perfect. That works.
Let's have a quick look at your book. So, you knocked on the door of who at 14, did you say? Was it 14?
It was a small agency in Vegas called Envy, but they're not an agency anymore. But my
Why then? Was that just the first one in the Google search or the phone
for
book?
Vegas especially?
Oh, look how dark we are. I'm gonna just. It looks like it's gonna rain, so I'm going to increase the exposure a bit because we are a bit dark. Wow, we really are dark. That's okay. I might have to put the light on. If it gets any darker, it might rain.
Oh, great.
That's okay. It's murky, it's atmospheric.
It is.
So yes, go ahead. Talking of which, black and white, and black and white.
Yeah, I'm great in black and white.
Moody.
I am. I'm a moody model.
You are a moody model.
I am a moody model.
And therefore quite a modern model.
Yeah,
because it seems to be that's the mood of the time.
It is, which I'm okay with, because when I always tell my mom this, she's like, so when I'm walking down the runway, she's like, did you have an amazing time? I'm like, I have an out-of-body experience. Like, I walk down the runway and I'm not me. It's someone, like, I'm a totally different person.
And that's not just that you think that you're performing a character.
No, it's like I go into this, like, kind of moody, different alternate personality when I'm walking and shooting. Wild. So it's weird. Because I'm not mean. I'm not a mean person. But when I shoot
you're
and
intense.
walk,
Your intensity.
I become
it's a kind
very
of
intense. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's weird, but I love it.
It's working. Let's not mess with it.
I'm not gonna mess with it.
I love it. I love it.
I work with it.
So okay. So then, what was the next step? You went to it was a local.
It was a local. They had one in. Well, it wasn't.
Did they become your mother agent? They
did. They were my mother agent at 14. So I went. I actually had to lose some weight for them, and.
Is that always what happens?
When you walk in to lose weight?
Yeah, because girls just aren't that skinny.
Yeah.
Naturally.
I mean, I was more athletic. I was an athletic build.
Exactly. You had muscles.
I do. I had muscles. So I had to kind of lose my muscle a little bit.
That's harder to do, isn't it?
Very.
Isn't it?
It's very hard to do, especially in my legs, because soccer. It was a defense.
I interviewed a volleyball player not so very long ago, and it was the same thing.
It's hard. It's hard to do.
So leg muscle.
Yeah, I constantly am battling with it. Okay.
So how did it go? Was it everything you expected it to be? How long did it take for you to lose the weight?
It took me about 3 to 4 weeks.
Only?
Yeah, because I didn't have to lose a lot. I mean, I was 14. Running on the treadmill would take off 5 pounds. But
right. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, that was really beautiful.
Now, are you a connoisseur of fashion imagery now then? In other words, because you've been exposed so many years to this, do you think you bring a different, more refined, knowledgeable eye to what makes a good fashion picture?
I think so.
Because you've seen so many thousands?
Because I have, and I'm glad I started when I was 14 so I could be exposed to the camera, to know myself, to know the camera, and how to kind of interact with it. Mm-hmm. Like, to know that it's okay to move, because some new models like just stand there and they don't move, whereas it's better to move a lot kind of than not move at all. And
Is that your thing?
That's my thing. Like, I like to like move and get the different photos because you want options. You don't.
And you do it.
I do it. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, you're not prompted to do it. You will go into your routine.
I will. I will go into my routine when I'm shooting and kind of just. I rather have movement than no movement, just personally.
That's great.
So that took some time though to learn to be comfortable in front of a camera, because it is at first awkward.
Are you an extrovert?
I am an extrovert all the way. There's no introvert.
So that suited you?
Yeah, that did. When you're an introvert, I guess it's kind of hard to like be yourself in front of the camera because you're shy.
Self-conscious.
Yeah, you are.
You were never shy.
No, I'm not a shy person. I get that from my mom. We're very out there.
And I suppose sports. Are there lots of shy sports people who actually can shine during that game?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
I think so.
Especially soccer, because you do have the person who scores all the goals, and you have the goalie who's defending all the goals, and then you have kind of like the rest of the team. But if you can shine in the non-shining positions,
then you've got a career.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so how quick did you know that you could do this? Or did you know it before you did it?
No, it took some time to get into it. So I actually signed. So Envy was like Las Vegas based, and then they had a tiny little agency in LA, like 2 agents, I think. And so I went out there and I kind of did a little work, but I've always kind of wanted to stay in school and do school and not do online school, just because I wanted the experience and know that was like kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity to go to school.
Yes.
And because you can't go back to high school. You can't go back to those years. And so I wanted to go to the football games and kind of be a part of the high school tradition in America. And so I stayed in school until I was 18. And then I graduated. And then I came out here. So then I was doing kind of small work in Vegas. And then I signed with my mother agent now, who's Vision LA, when I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So they kind of taught me.
That was the second biggest.
That was the second
thing.
big. That was the big step there. Yeah. And then I would travel back and forth between LA and Las Vegas for like big castings, or like during the summers I would go there and do test shoots. And
did you love it immediately?
Yeah, I've always loved it. I mean, I've never hated modeling. To me, this isn't a job. It's
fun.
It's fun. It's fun. It's play. It's great.
And you knew you weren't going to be working for a living?
No, I've never. I mean.
Oh, you didn't know that? You thought you might be working for a living at some point?
Yeah, I guess, because I was in college until about 3 weeks ago, and then I dropped out.
What did you do?
I was studying psychology.
Is that a congratulations in order or a commiserations?
My family.
You don't know yet?
I don't know yet, because I've
How do you feel about it?
It's like
relief?
So much relief. A weight was lifted off my shoulders. I mean, I was taking stats and biology and doing Fashion Week.
So it was too much?
It was way too much.
You can't do both?
I can't. No, it's very hard. And I didn't have a tutor, so.
So what made you think that you wanted to keep pursuing academia, even though the modelling was building?
Because my parents.
It was parental pressure.
Yeah. Because my parents, my dad has a master's in math, my mom has a doctorate in pharmacy, my stepdad went to college, my sister, my brother, all my siblings.
So you didn't want to be the black sheep?
No, and then I realized that I am the black sheep because...
And so be it.
Yeah, and I just kind of own it.
Let me put a light on.
Okay. We're a little dark.
Before we go completely black. So stay there. I love the live, all the behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't cut it out either. It's as it's happening. Verite. So, okay. So to get from Los Angeles, did you move there?
No,
You never did?
No, I never did.
Where did you go to college? Until 3 weeks ago.
I was going to online school through.
Oh, you did the online school, even though you didn't want to do the online school. The parental pressure was such that you just did what you had to do.
Yeah, and then I was like, this is too much for me. I'm wasting money on an education when I'm not even, like, taking it all in.
Is it money to do the online?
Yeah, It's pretty much the same to go to
Is
a regular
it?
college. It's outrageously expensive.
Think about the relief. Are you in for a certain amount of thousands of dollars already? Or have
Luckily,
you cut your losses?
my mom had a college account for me, so
There was money there put aside.
for me to go to college.
And is there more money there
Yes.
now left?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's money still in there for me to go back to college.
Which you won't.
I don't know. I actually
Come on.
I say I'm going to go back, but I don't know. I really
So
don't.
what was it about psychology that appealed?
I love
Human brains?
pretty much like how they deal
Why?
with things and
And
why things
What
happen.
makes them tick?
I actually wanted to study serial killers. I don't know why.
You have a morbid fascination.
I guess I do. I just can't deal with blood. That's like the thing.
So you don't have to be the sort of CSI forensic scientist.
No.
You can be the person about. You're going to have to look at
I'm
pictures
gonna have to
of
look
blood.
at the pictures
There's
of
going to be
them.
blood involved at some point.
Of them.
So
doing
you're
their
actually
crime.
serious that you felt strongly enough about that to actually contemplate perhaps making a living at that kind of thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was actually like, okay, psychology is like a stable. I could go to school and then have like a stable job. But I'm like, well, modeling is like a once in a lifetime opportunity when I can go back to college. I can always go back to college. I
Yes.
can always be a psychologist.
Yes.
I can always do that,
Sure.
but I can't always model.
No.
So I'm setting this time aside for me to do my dream, to go out
Yes.
and kind of do what I've always wanted to do.
Absolutely. Is there a time limit that you've given yourself or not? Or are you just completely
Probably
open-ended?
until I'm like 24, 25. And if I'm not where I want to be by then,
Where
or
do you want to be? Tell me what it looks like.
making a good amount of money to not be starving, pretty much.
So is it only enough for you to be able to take care of the necessities of life? Or do you have bigger goals and
I
ambitions
have
than
bigger goals, and like my dream, of course.
Tell me the dream, because it's a
Of
long
course,
time coming.
Of course, I've always wanted to be a Victoria's Secret model.
That's it.
That is like, I feel like that's every girl's dream, is to be there and walk down that runway and then be on the cover of Vogue, Elle, all the big magazines.
Yes.
So I guess that's my main goal, is to like
Mm-hmm.
hit all the major like marks in modeling.
Does runway fashion shoots, fashion runways, shows, does that figure? Have you done that already?
I've hit 2 of them, Balenciaga and Hermes. So like, hey,
Balenciaga.
yeah, that
That's
was
not a trifling one.
no, it's I was
Was that recently?
yeah,
Or was that under?
it was last season and this season.
So it was for Demna.
Yep.
And so it was a different Balenciaga too.
Yes, it is a different Balenciaga, but I never got to experience
So
obviously
you
the
have
old
nothing
one.
to
So
compare
this
it
no,
to.
I have nothing
Exactly.
to compare it to.
Exactly.
So-
How was that for you?
Amazing. Oh,
Tell me
words
how
don't
that
even describe
happened.
it.
Give me the sort of
So
the
last
anatomy of how that happened.
Yeah, so last season was my first season back in February. So I went to all the castings here, all the pre-castings, everything, and then nothing kind of really hit here in New York.
You were here.
I was here.
Okay, let's just rewind for a little
Okay.
bit. How did you get from Mother
Las-
Agency in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas
to New York
To New
and
York.
Supreme.
Okay, so I was 15. I signed with Vision LA. They groomed me, all that stuff, and then they were like, nothing's really hitting. You're kind of more like an androgynous kind of look.
You're
more,
cool. You're too cool
I'm
for
too
here.
cool for LA.
Yeah.
I was too hip. So
Yeah. And
I-
before your time, maybe.
yeah, so because I
Slightly
had
before your
I
time.
was 15. Yeah, I was really kind of young. So then I like stuck with school, and then I graduated when I was 18, and I was like, okay. I told my mother agent, I was like, I'm going to New York. Like I'm going to New York. So I met with agencies here, and Supreme was like, you're amazing. We're gonna sign you, all this stuff. So I was like, oh my gosh, because I do like a boutique agency. I've always been
Yes.
signed with boutique agencies, so
Right.
I don't know how to deal with a big agency.
Right.
So I was so excited. They were boutique, and they were all super, super nice, and they're still amazing. They're such an amazing agency. I really do love them. They're run.
Who was your booker there? Or your main agent? Or did...
It was Katie,
All right.
but I just got moved up to main board.
Oh, wicked.
So I have a new agent now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
So when does that happen? Tell me about that process.
That
When did you go from being a developmental new
to-
face to
I think,
owning your own woman's
which
spot.
I don't know. I just graduated, apparently. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Is it because of the statuses of the jobs that
I
you
think,
do?
yeah, the shows and everything.
And
I'm going into my 3rd season now, so I think they were like, you're walked
ready.
Balenciaga, Hermes, you've done amazing stuff. You walked for Burberry, like, I work with them too, so.
Do you?
Yeah, so I think they kind of were
Did you
like.
do campaigns yet?
No, I've done their e-com.
Okay. You look like a Burberry girl.
Yes, short hair.
Yes, so tell me about this look and your androgyny and how that has played a part in the jobs that you do and where you feel your spot is.
My spot. So I like went to New York because it makes sense. So I was that high school girl, long, beautiful hair. I had really, really long, beautiful hair, and I was that high school girl with the cutesy outfits and the Vegas look.
Very American.
Very American, very American. And I was still kind of like finding myself. And so I signed with New York and was doing testing. Nothing was really working. And then August, I tried to do Fashion Week, and I had this horrible skin reaction on my face.
To the makeup?
To
products?
Salicylic acid.
Is that in the product?
Yes, it's in like a toner or face wash.
Is it?
So this was right before Fashion Week, back in August, like 2016 August.
Okay.
And it burned my face. So
it's acid.
Yeah. So I had like
a burnt face.
Yeah, pretty much a burnt face, and they were like, "Well, we can't."
Is that red?
It was red, patchy scabs like along my T-bone.
Shit.
And like and they're like, "Well, we can't send you to castings," and so. That was really such a bummer. So then I went to Mexico.
To heal?
To pretty much heal and work and build my book and kind of grow into myself. And that taught me a lot.
That's wild. Why Mexico? Was that arbitrary?
That, I don't know. I guess it was a market that I could make some money in. And
oh, wow. And your agency knew that?
Yes, my mother agency in LA.
Oh, okay. This is all pre-Supreme.
This was actually when I was signed with Supreme.
Oh, okay.
So my mother agent was like, I think it's just the best decision to go there to work. They were looking into Asia, but they weren't sure about Asia. So they just sent me to Mexico for a couple of weeks. They're like, you're going to be there for 2 months. You're just going to build your book, get to know clients, just let your face kind of do its own thing, heal. And so I went down there 2 weeks in. They're like, you're going to London. London wants to sign you, and they want to cut your hair.
Right.
And I was like...
That makes sense.
Oh my gosh, I have to cut my hair. And
that was, you were partial to your hair. That was who you were.
That was who I was. But as a kid, I've always had short hair. So like...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
For football?
Yeah, so I always had... Like, this was the first time I had long hair, and I was like attached to it.
Because models have long hair?
Yeah. I was... all the people I loved were like the beautiful long-haired bombshell, amazing people, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose myself once I cut it.
Yeah.
And so I was like on edge, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. I'm just gonna do it. And I called my agent, and I had the longest discussion because he's known me since I was 15. I was like, are you sure? Like, if there's one person to trust, it's you, because you've known me, you've watched me grow, you have groomed me into who I pretty much am. And he was like, I think this is the best decision for you in your career. He's like, please just trust me. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to trust you. You're the one person I'm going to trust. Yeah.
I mean, it does grow back.
It does. That's what I said.
Did you think 6 months, a year would be too much time to wait? Is that a long time in a model's life, or perceived time in a model's life?
It is, because a lot of things can things can happen overnight in this industry. So you're just like, oh my gosh, 6 months is a lifetime. Am I going to miss something? I'm not getting any younger, so especially in this industry.
The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking before I can't do it anymore. Gosh, it's crazy.
The sell-by date that's in your mind, it's just an illusion.
Right? So then I go and I come home and I go to London, and 2 days in, they cut it all off.
So what was it? What was the agency in London?
The Squad Management.
Okay.
And
how did that happen? Did the mother agent send your pictures?
I think they did.
They had a pre-existing relationship with the agency?
I think they did. I think they have a few models that are signed with them. So then they sent my stuff over, and they're like, she would look amazing.
Where did you stay in London?
I stayed in Stoke Newington.
Jesus.
Yeah.
South?
North.
Oh.
North. So here's the city of London, and it's like a little
Is it?
Quarter of.
I've never been to Stoke Newington.
Hackney Downs. It's
Hackney.
It's like northern than Hackney.
Okay, it's north of Hackney.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
so you were
amazing.
close to the action.
I was
to the trendy
close, and
part.
it was. Oh gosh, it was amazing. But the
Hoxton and all that.
Yep. But the person they kind of did their vision after was Stella Tennant.
Of course.
So they're like, we get Stella Tennant vibes from you. So
Of course.
We're gonna cut your hair like her. And I was like, what? Because she has multiple different hairstyles. And they were like, we're gonna go for more of like the shorter in the back, longer in the front, like kind of like boyish. And I was like, okay, that's way too short for me. Like you.
You are now, is that what you're saying?
Like shorter. They want to do way shorter than
that.
I was now. And I about had a heart attack. I was like, can we do this in stages? Like, can this be like a stage thing? They're like, no, because we have to redo your entire book.
Were you aware of Stella Tennant's incredibly long and prosperous career? Did you you didn't have any images in your mind of the 90s and David Sims and any of that
No idea until I did my research. And then I was like...
She's so inspiring.
She
Just
really
the Yoji
is.
Yamamoto catalogs alone.
She is amazing.
She is really amazing.
I actually met her at Balenciaga.
And continues to be. Was she at the show?
Yeah, she was.
Did the show too?
She opened the show. And I like saw her and I was like,
wow.
Oh my
Your
gosh.
prototype.
Yes. I was like, I'm standing in front of
wow.
the woman they've
modeled you after.
Yeah. I was like, I can't live up to her. Like, there's no way anyone can live up to her.
She's one of the greats.
She is amazing.
She really is an iconic type.
Yes. I was like, this is a lot to ask.
But you'll take it.
I will.
You'll come in the wake of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I will try to live up to her name.
So what was the reaction? So how did you cope with it? So psychologically, when it first happened...
When they first cut it, well, I donated my hair to cancer.
Did you cry?
Yes. I did not cry. I did not cry.
You're tough.
I was tough. I was like, you know what? A child in need needs my hair more than I need my hair.
Right.
I can grow my hair and they can't. I was like, they can't grow their hair. So I was like, that's
amazing.
This is why I'm cutting it. It's for... That's how I thought of it.
Right.
I was like, I'm not cutting it for modeling. I'm going to cut it because a child in need needs my hair.
Yeah.
So they cut it. It was like, oh my gosh. And I fell in love with my hair right when they cut it.
Immediately.
Yep, right immediately.
And that person and what you represented.
Yep. I was like, I should have done this way earlier. Like, this is why did I do this earlier? So.
What do you think it did to you?
It changed my identity. It will.
Did you just become cooler?
I think so.
Immediately.
I think so. I had like a identity crisis 2 weeks into it. And I called my mom and I was like, I can't do this. My hair, like I need it like back and all this stuff. She's like, Anna, like it's okay. You don't know yourself yet. You don't know you and your hair. You have to get used to your hair and you have to like grow into yourself. Because the clothes weren't matching my hair.
They weren't.
They weren't matching it. I was like that. I was back in puberty years when nothing matched and I didn't know myself. And so I went to London and then I came back. And
how long were you in London?
I was there for a month.
Okay.
So I went from
Did you work?
Yes. Oh yeah. I rebuilt my book. I had to the years that I had my long hair. I had to redo.
So it was is that all of that charted in your Instagram feed?
Yeah, you can go back all the way and see my long hair. Yep.
Was the reaction immediate?
It was positive. All the photographers were like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." I started working. I did a couple things with French Connection and like their runway stuff, and so then I came back and they wanted to keep me more hidden because of Fashion Week was coming up for February. So they wanted to keep me hidden and under wraps.
They're holding back.
Yeah,
they do that.
Yes, they keep you under wraps. They're like, we're not going to meet you with a lot of clients. We're going to redo your book. You're going to meet with
as
1,000.
Fresh.
Yes.
As a new entity.
Brand new. I had to
starting from scratch.
Literally.
Literally,
had to clean
isn't
my
that
slate.
Cleansing and.
It was. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so now,
you liked this new person.
I did. I just didn't know her yet.
So so after your little existential crisis, how long did it take to then?
That was about a week long of like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And then
when did you get fully on board?
When I went shopping with my agent, she took me shopping. She's like, we're gonna redo your wardrobe because you
need to match.
You do need to match. And I told her, I was like, I don't match myself. Like this, what is this girly long-haired teen to this more boyish, tough? I had to go back to my tough years when I played soccer because I've always been that boyish, kind of tomboyish look. And so I had to go back to her. And so that was hard, but I
But
love
was that
it.
muscle memory?
It was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go back to my like tomboyish years and not be that girly girl who's like shy and innocent. Like,
Was that your thing then?
that was high school. That was like my shy.
Okay.
I was
Were you shy and innocent in high school?
no.
You were anything but.
I was everything.
You were bold and brazen.
Yeah, but I dressed as an innocent American
Oh, you
teen.
did. So let's talk about your love life.
My love life. I have a boyfriend of 3 years.
At what point in your development, you were the long-haired girly girl at that point?
Yeah.
We were a model by then.
I was doing stuff in Vegas.
He knew that you were a model.
Yeah, he knew I was a model.
Did that get you a boyfriend easier, or did you have boyfriends before that?
I had one boyfriend before that, and he broke my heart into.
Did he?
He broke 1,000 pieces. Oh
Because
my God.
that was the first love?
That was like that high school sweetheart, first love. Oh my gosh, my
And
life is over.
Did you get the boy that you wanted?
Yeah, he was a baseball. He was like
was the
that.
star?
Yeah, he was the baseball star and like all this stuff. And then he shattered my heart. And
What did he do?
He broke up with me in Costa Rica over text message. That high school annoying.
Thing.
Yeah.
Were you completely in love with him? Or thought you did?
Oh, yeah. I thought I was like, I mean, in high school, you think you're going to marry this guy. So, like, I was, what, 15?
I see.
I just had turned 16.
Did he go out with another girl?
You
didn't have to suffer the indignity of being dumped for another.
No, because
At
then
your school or
he was just like then just being that annoying boy that would just like go on thousands of dates with girls and like all that.
Because he could. Because
he was baseball and he was like
he was the star.
He was the star. So I got over it, and I actually met my boyfriend through like mutual friends of his.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
So he knows your boyfriend.
Yeah, they played baseball together.
Did they?
Yeah,
Really?
in
That's
middle
fantastic.
school. Yeah, I know. So
Congratulations.
Oh, of course.
So what was the first one like in relation to the second?
The first
Personality-wise,
one-
let's
oh,
talk about the
gosh.
psychology of who you are, what you want in a man, and how you respond best in a type of relationship thing. Let's talk about that.
my first boyfriend was shy and didn't talk as much and kind of like went along with things, whereas my second boyfriend and I, we just banter all the time because we're so opposite.
So the first one was the baseball star. So
Yes.
he was gifted in his sport.
Yes, he was like his sport was his life.
So he was the quiet, moody type.
He was that quiet, moody
Right.
star.
That you can project all sorts of things onto.
Yep.
As a 15-year-old.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
He could be whatever you wanted him to.
Yeah, he could be whatever. He was like that blank canvas you could paint. So now looking back, I'm kind of glad everything has happened for a reason because you could take advantage of him. He was manipulative also. And then,
Oh, he was manipulative.
yeah, he was manipulative.
Oh.
He was quiet. That quiet, dark, manipulative guy. So,
I see.
yeah, he's
A dark horse.
Yeah, he was the dark horse. So glad that's over and done with. So we broke up and all that, and then I started talking to my boyfriend now, and he is so opposite than I am. That's when opposites attract because I blew him off so many times for like 6 months.
He pursued you.
Yeah, he did, and I was like, no,
You said no to him.
yeah, I was like, I just want to like party and be
You
the
rejected
normal.
him?
Yeah.
Multiple
times. Oh my gosh, this guy was stubborn.
That's a great quality.
Oh yeah, he just
Did he just grind you down?
he finally did. I was like, fine, I will go on a date with you. Like 6 months later, I was like, fine, because then we became that best friend.
Were you friends in the interim where you were saying, I just want to be friends?
I was, and he was like, no, that's not happening. And I was like, well,
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you because I just want to be friends. And so we became best friends.
Okay. He didn't get put off by that.
No.
Because usually that's quite hard to deal with.
And he just kept pursuing and pursuing, and then we turned into best friends. And he was the one I would call late at night, and we would hang out all that time.
Was that a strategy on his part?
Oh yeah, because
or it was
then he,
just staying the course.
I think because he had another
Girlfriend?
as a friend that he knew that one of us was gonna like
He was
him.
hedging his bets.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. What star sign are you and he?
I am an Aries.
Okay,
So,
fire sign.
Yeah, I'm fire and
You are.
I'm ready. Yep, bold. And
You're a fighter.
Yeah, I am a fighter, and he is a Libra.
Right.
So.
Okay. Does that go well together? The
Yeah,
air and that
they
fire?
actually, the water...
He's air.
He's air. Well, he fuels me, which is not good, because once we fight, it is
Oxygen
like...
fuels fire.
Yeah, we go at it, like, when we get into arguments.
Yeah.
He doesn't put me out. He, like, just ignites that fire inside of me.
Wicked.
Yep, which is... He's completely opposite. He goes to St. John's University here. We actually live together up in Columbus Circle.
What does he do?
He studies finance. So
he's going to make the money.
Yes, he's going to make money. So he's nothing in the fashion industry. He doesn't understand the fashion industry. He kind of has some style, not really at all.
But he does without knowing. He still has some style.
Yeah,
That's good for you.
Yeah, he thinks he...
You like that. You appreciate that in him.
Yeah, it's nice to come home and kind of get away. Just like he comes home and gets away from finance and numbers and whatever they do.
Make money.
Make money. So
I wish we could do that. I want to do that.
Right.
But we've got it better.
we do.
We just go play for a
little
day,
bit while he's like 32 hours.
They work hard as well, don't they?
Yeah, because my brother's in finance.
Would you marry him? What's his name?
His name's Jake.
You don't. We're not going there.
Marriage is a tough topic. Just because...
Of your youth.
Yeah, just because of family.
Now tell me about that. Is there a sense that your generation is restless and Tinder swiping to the right constantly and therefore not able to commit because there are so many other best options at any given finger swipe?
Yeah, I think people are like...
And that's on both sides?
That's on both sides.
That's girls and boys?
Oh, of course. It's... Women say it's just men, but no,
it isn't.
It's not. It's not at all. But especially in my generation, people think... if they keep going, they're going to find the best. And yet...
it's elusive.
Sometimes you just need to stop and like see what's in front of you. Before...
So that's a problem. You'd say that as a generational problem.
Oh, easily, of course.
Getting to be intimate because it takes time.
It does take time, and people don't want time. People don't have time.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you can...
immediate gratification.
Yeah, that's all they want. And it's like, you can't do that
and
with
you get
a
addicted to that, just
you do.
That.
You do. And
the quick hit and thrill.
And you can't do that like with a relationship. You have to let it build and grow and kind of see. That's why I'm so excited. That's why I'm so happy that we were best friends before, because we got to know each other and there was no pressure.
Right.
And then once we did start dating, then it was kind of like, oh, cool. Like there's no pressure. You can do whatever you want. You can act however you want.
Is that easy come, easy go though?
It is. It is. Because then you don't know how to be.
And it sort of, it caught up with you.
It did, yeah.
It wasn't all or nothing.
No.
There wasn't that essential passion that certain relationships have.
Yeah, some people do have that and they're lucky, but it kind of had to grow with us.
If you like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like to let it grow.
I can imagine as an Aries, you do. You're very quick to express yourself.
Oh, yes.
And get what you want and want it now.
And he luckily brings that down with me. Like, we even each other out. Like, he is realistic and...
You're impulsive.
And yes, I'm very impulsive and so optimistic, and he's not at all. So it's great.
Okay, well, that's a problem, I think.
Yeah, I bring optimism to him where he brings, like...
realism.
Yeah, to me. So it's kind of good. He's like...
But obviously the opposites from what I know about this astrology, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I was dead against it all my whole life. It was all empirical and science and all the rest of it, and I've completely gone the other way now. Because it's all fascinating, why not?
It is.
So, the Libran, first of all, Libra is all about the balance of the person with another. So, love and relationships is really the Libran challenge in a way.
Yeah.
So they're procrastinators because they're always balancing and they can't decide on stuff.
Oh,
Whereas
he
you're
is
the opposite,
so indecisive.
and you will act first,
yes.
and he can't act, and you're all about action because that's all you do.
Yep. He's so indecisive. Oh my
gosh.
Does
it drive you?
It drives me insane. I'm like, just make a decision. Like, make a decision. He's like, well, what if this? I'm like, just make a decision.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want for dinner? He's like, I don't know. What do you want? I'm like, oh my God, okay. Well, this is what we're having, and you're going to eat it, and you're going to like it.
I love
kind of
that.
thing.
I love that.
Yep.
I'm a Leo. With a Leo, you give her two choices.
You're like, you get this and this. But no, it's
choose.
great, right?
You get the semblance that you actually have a choice.
Yeah, but he's really supportive. He's a really
good
great guy. He
He's a
really
great
is. My family really likes him, and
That's important.
yeah, my mom really my brother loves him. My older
Okay.
brother. I have a 20-year-old brother, and he does finance. And my boyfriend
Oh, right.
actually went and spent summer with my brother in San Diego to like learn from my brother.
You grew up with a brother, so you know guys.
I do.
Yeah.
They're nasty. My brother, he is a character. I mean, I love my family.
Yeah.
Even if we're not blood, they've always been my siblings.
Oh yeah, right.
So
That's right.
yeah, because
He's your stepbrother.
He's my stepbrother.
Yeah.
But my parents have been married since I was 6.
Yeah.
And well, my dad and my stepmom got married when I was 4, and my stepdad and my mom got married when I was 6. So they're all I've ever known.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
For sure. That's great. What do they think of you? So your mum's really super happy.
My mom is so supportive. I mean, she came to Paris twice.
Oh wow.
both
Okay. She
seasons.
saw you walk Balenciaga
Yes, she
and
was there.
Hermes.
Yes, she was there at
Which
both.
show did you prefer? You can't say.
I like them both.
Of course you do.
Oh
That's
my
that's the
gosh,
political
that
sense
is
there.
because
But
they're so different,
They're completely different.
and
That's
so it's great to get the difference.
But did you feel cooler in Balenciaga? And
Of
and
course.
richer in Hermes?
Yes, of course.
Actually, I'm not even sure about that because the Balenciaga is freaking expensive, but not as expensive, I hear, as Vetements. Actually, Vetements, Demna's proper line,
Yeah.
is more expensive than Balenciaga. Even I think so. That's wild.
That
That's
is
very
because
perverse.
Balenciaga. I'm like,
That's
oh
perverse
my god.
and crazy, but yeah, it works. Somehow.
Yeah, it does.
It's working at the moment.
It is, and it's. I mean, it's amazing. Like you said, I do feel like that cool, like deep dark girl in Balenciaga, where I'm kind of more like that. Every girl kind of wants to be me in the Hermes show. Like
Yeah, right.
every girl wants to be you, and then Balenciaga, you're like, don't mess with me.
Yes.
Dark, deep, awesome. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
cool.
rock it. Rock
Yeah.
star girl.
Right.
Yeah, and I love it. I love going
great.
between characters.
That's
it's really
great.
great.
So I want to talk about something topical because today it has been revealed that Terry Richardson has been banned from contributing to Condé Nast publications, Vogue, Glamour, GQ. His old supporters have come out to distance themselves in light of the post-Harvey Weinstein era
Oh,
and
geez.
scandal that we live in.
Yes.
So I'd like to be sort of topical in discussing the untoward sexual things that may or may not go on in the fashion business. Obviously, it's a people business. It's a girl business. You're young and vulnerable
Of
to
course.
all sorts of abuse of power all the way through a career. And how much of that is intensified and magnified by the job itself? And how do you cope with it? Is it something you're even aware of? Is it something you've had anything to do with, either peripherally or directly? Let's talk about that.
Okay, I'm down. Let's do it.
So, have you ever had a situation where you thought that something what's the word?
Inappropriate.
Yes. Or
Has happened directly to me.
Or have you ever felt that you were in a position where you felt awkward or somehow it was untoward?
I mean, there's definitely moments where you do feel awkward, but not. I've never had anything directly happen to me, and I'm so thankful it hasn't.
Would it have been a problem?
It would have. I would have gotten up and walked away. I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm just saying that, and
Yeah.
I know if I was in that moment, I probably would be in so much shock that I wouldn't walk away.
Yes.
And you don't want to upset anyone in this industry because you are a model, and you don't want to upset the photographer, the creative director,
Yes.
any
And
of those
that's
people.
how these guys have gotten away with it
Yes.
for so long. Obviously,
because you don't want to upset
it's
them.
a self-censorship.
It is.
Yes.
You don't want to be like, hey, well, if I do this, if I walk out right now, I'm never working again.
Yeah.
And so I say it that I will walk out, but if I was in that moment, I would probably just stand there and be like,
You would take it?
I think I would be in so much shock that I would have to process in my mind to be like, okay, this is inappropriate. But my mom has raised me that, like, if you are treated that way, then no job is worth it. No job is worth that humiliation.
Right, I see.
So I think I would just get up and walk away and be like, sorry, I don't care if I ever
And
don't
take the
ever work.
losses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care if I ever work in this industry again. I'm not going to be abused.
That's fantastic. And on that, just hold that thought. I'm going to close the door because it's creaking in the background. become a real sad Nazi since this show business. Okay, so that's pretty simple. It hasn't really happened to you.
It hasn't. It has not, and I'm so thankful it hasn't.
And the cachet of being a model, does that make you more desirable in the world?
I think so. I think people are like, oh, you're a model. I guess.
Do you feel that you have an advantage?
With men?
Yes.
Yes, because I see that men do desire models.
As a status symbol.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you get asked by promoters to come to clubs and restaurants. Kind of like an escort.
There you go. So again, open to all sorts of possible abuses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been asked by promoters and all that to come to clubs and to be around, to be seen.
To lure men to divest them of their money.
Yep, pretty much. And for me, that's not who I am. I mean, some girls, I give them credit. They can go out and do it. But to me, that's not who I am. Yeah. That's not what I do. I mean, I come from a city that's where the whole city is run around it.
Of course, that's right.
So Vegas that's all it is. It's a city of whatever.
The flesh pots of Vegas.
Oh, of course. Good old Vegas.
So were you actually exposed to that or aware of those things?
Oh, yeah, at a very young age. My brother, who is 6 years old, knows what a stripper is, knows what an escort is. And he's 6. So, I mean, he'll look at a billboard and see women's upper area right on there. And I'm like, you close your eyes, please. So it's in your face when you're growing up there. So to me, I've been around that my entire life, so that's just not the life for me.
Perfect.
Yep.
Would you have worked with Terry back in the day?
Probably. Yeah, honestly. I mean...
Was he a figure that you grew up knowing who he was? Kind
of. Here and there, I mean...
Sort of, maybe his heyday was just a bit before you.
Yeah, I think just a little bit before me. But, I mean... I think I would have worked with him.
Yeah,
and if anything,
you would have been shooting for Harper's Bazaar or something, you'd have done it and been happy to go to work.
Of course. But if something would have happened, then, like I said, I don't know.
It would have been a game.
It would have been end game for me in this industry.
Okay.
Because I just don't think people need to take that abuse.
Right, exactly. What else should we discuss?
I don't know.
Have you moved to New York?
I am. I do live here. I live up in Columbus or Glamour.
Oh, yes, that's right. You said. So he's studying.
He's studying.
You're working.
I'm working.
Can you live here?
Yeah.
I mean, you are living here.
I am living here.
Could you do it?
Without my parents?
Oh, they're here.
No, they just help me out a lot.
Oh, I see.
So my
mom, they're helping support you.
They are.
So
my
good.
Mom is,
and that's where the college funders come in, particularly.
Pretty much.
Yes.
But she has given me pretty much a timeline. She's like, by this time, you need to be able to support yourself.
So what's the plan now?
The plan now,
now that you're Stella Tennant Reed done.
Right? Oh my gosh, growing into myself.
Mini Stella.
Yeah, mini Stella.
Are you working the social media stuff?
I am.
Like Cara? Because Cara, not like Cara, but Cara wasn't a girly girl either, Delavinia.
No, she wasn't.
And she was a sort of English type, a bit like Stella insofar as she was quite boyish, really. And she was goofy boyish. Taking the piss.
You can, if you go on my Instagram, it's just my first and last name, but you can see the transformation with me from that girly girl to that, like, now I'm goofy and fun, boyish kind of, and I post boyish stuff. Like, I'm not gonna post girly clothes, and I don't post like out there photos where like I'm in a swimsuit.
You wouldn't, even if you'd taken them, they wouldn't be the first to be pushed. Because
no,
it would confuse the message.
Yeah, I do cover up in a lot of my photos because that's not who I want to be.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Acting.
I'm awful at acting.
You've tried.
Yeah, no,
You tried.
I have a little bit.
Did you take?
I didn't take
lessons?
acting classes. No, but
At school?
No, I was never in theater. I was never in that.
You weren't driven that way.
No,
to perform and be the center of attention.
I like to tell a story through a photo. So I want someone.
That's right. That's been your childhood.
Yeah,
dream.
I want someone to see the story through the photos instead of through video. That's just who I am.
So video is becoming an increasing part of the business.
It is.
How do you feel about that? Have you had to do fashion films?
I have.
Stroke commercials,
yep,
stroke those kinds of things.
Of course. I mean,
and you prefer a still?
I do. Oh, it's awful to say.
I actually think I disagree with Nick Knight. You know, Nick Knight of Show Studio fame, whose big flag over the past 10 years has been film is the medium for fashion because it's a three-dimensional object that's moving in space and you get to see the whole thing. And I disagree. I think that there's so much that the imagination fills in the still picture, in the moment of poetry that creates a bit of a dreamscape.
You do, and you get to interpret it in your own way.
Exactly.
And that's what I love.
It's
that's
not
what I love
so
about this
spelled
industry.
out
No, it
and
isn't.
narrated.
No, and that's what I love about this industry. I tell people this all the time. I'm like, you are bringing someone's vision to life as a model.
Yeah.
Walking down that runway, because people think this business is competitive, and it is, but I don't think models should be competitive with each other because we should be bringing each other up and just being supportive of one another because if the designer wants you, they're gonna want you for your look. We don't look alike. Like
there's only one of you.
You know? Yeah, there's only one of you.
I like you. I've just noticed that.
Thanks. This is my like rocker with the wizard on the back kind of shirt.
Okay, let me talk to you about that right now. Let's do that. Anna, what are you wearing?
I am wearing Urban Outfitters shirt, American Apparel jeans, and Adidas shoes.
Can we see the dude on the back?
Oh, the dude on the back. Oh, my wizard guy?
He is a wizard?
Yeah, he's like a wizard guy.
He's a biker wizard.
Yeah, biker
That's
wizard.
so cool.
His
So
name is like, I forgot what I named him.
How much?
How much was his shirt?
Yeah.
Like $20.
Pants by the same.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters all over. You're outfitted completely in Urban.
Well, these are American Apparel jeans.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, so they've like kind of like gone out of business, but I've had these forever. They just are a good, simple black pair of jeans. And then I like to, my way of expressing myself is through my shirts. Like if you go through my closet, I'll have like funny shirts. Like I have a friend shirt and I'll wear those to castings, or I'll wear my weird wizard dude.
Yeah.
Or I have like a shirt with Snoopy on it.
Cool.
Mickey Mouse, like a Donald Duck jacket.
That works.
That's me.
It sets you apart.
Yeah, it does. That's who I am. I like to.
You are Donald Duck.
I am Donald Duck. Like I like to be funny in that kind of way. Like I don't want to be kind of like the same as everyone else.
You were goofy now, but you weren't when you had hair.
No, it's so weird. It's so weird. I had to find myself.
So the real you is the goofy you.
Yeah, this is me. This is who I
The
am.
Snoopy. You're Snoopy. You're not the Barbie.
Yeah, I was trying.
You're not
so
Barbie,
hard
you're
in high
Snoopy.
school. You want to try so hard. You want to be popular. You want to be accepted by everyone in high school. And there's so much pressure on you to fit into the norm. Whereas out of high school, I can be whoever I want. Like, and people are gonna, if they want to be friends with you, then they're gonna want to be friends with you. That's what you have to learn. Like, then and this industry has created that. Like, they have brought the real me out of myself. Like I had to find her again. And so this is who I am.
That's so cool. What about your shoes?
My shoes are Adidas. Blue.
And
They're
running shoes.
They are. Oh gosh, because I have back issues.
Oh shit. Do you still why? Because you're tall?
Because I have scoliosis, so my back curves. So I have to wear comfortable shoes if I'm walking a lot.
So through a whole childhood career of soccer and volleyball, you had scoliosis.
Yes.
And does it result in pain?
I feel all the time. I'm in a lot of pain a lot of the time.
Is that right?
Sometimes it'll be so bad that I can't even move without it spasming out.
What creates the most pain?
Probably walking a lot and not working out.
Not working out.
Not working out because the doctor said if you're gonna help fix your pain in your back, you're gonna want a strong core.
Yes. But you had an amazingly strong core.
In soccer, I did.
Yes.
But I mean, I was growing, and
okay.
I grew too fast for my body to handle. So there was just a lot of pain, a lot of pressure in my lower back from the curvature. So my mom always thought I had like something like a disc issue. Mm-hmm. So, but I've been to like 1,000 specialists, and they're like, you're fine. You just have the 6 and 13 degree curvature in your back.
You're fine. You have a life of pain ahead of you.
Pretty much. That's what they said to me. They're like, you don't have a big enough curvature to do surgery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I just have to work out a lot, have a really strong core, stretch, and get massages. I know that's like really...
That's nice.
I know.
That's a plus.
It's like everyone's like, oh, you're going to get a massage. I'm like, well, this massage is... I have a masseuse.
You have to.
Oh, yeah, because it helps. Because they get so tight around the... Like, the muscles get so tight that it actually helps relieve it. But I have a masseuse in Vegas, and he does pressure point massages. Those are not fun.
Okay.
It's not relaxing.
Right. Okay.
It's... You have a knot, he goes right into the middle of it and holds it.
So not to be envied.
No, don't envy me in these massages. And then I get cupping done.
That sounds nice.
I look like a giraffe when it happens, but I can't get them done because of modeling. But
What's the cupping? It puts cups on you.
Yeah, it's
and
like
it leaves
hickeys on your back.
And it leaves hickeys.
Yeah, but to me it works. I don't know why, but
does it feel good or painful?
It feels good.
Okay, good. That's why it works.
Yeah, because after you get your back ripped apart and stripped, he literally strips all the muscles in your back. He'll do the cupping to help bring all the toxins out of your blood.
Wicked.
Yeah, and then you look like a giraffe.
That's so good. So let's talk about what advice you might have to any young girls like yourself who will or will not see this video ever, and any advice that you could give to people who might
honestly think
harboring.
Right? I think you should always just believe in yourself. If you set your mind to something, that my mom says this to me daily, if you have your mind set on something, you can conquer anything. She lives by that daily, and that is forever etched in my mind.
How do you get your belief?
From her. My mom she is my best friend and my inspiration. She is my number one fan. We talk. I was actually talked to her on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
But because yesterday I was at the gym, I go to Dog Pound, and I see the Victoria's Secret models working out next to me. And she's like, one day you have said, she's like, don't stop believing in yourself. Never stop believing in yourself. She's like, if you have your mind set to something, anything can happen. Don't ever quit.
What is it about the Dog Pound that gets those girls there? Is it a famous place?
They have personal trainers. So I go there a lot, and it's really good. I do personal training, but it's good, like core strength and all that. So it actually has helped my back in ways that are undescribable. So I go there for more of like, so I can get the like direct spot for personal training. Because if you go to a class, I don't get that one-on-one attention to help me.
Right.
But I think for people who want to be in this industry, I think you need to not ever quit. I mean, it's going to be a slow process, and yes, times are going to be very difficult where you just are like, I'm going to give up, but don't quit on yourself.
And what makes you, Anna, happy?
Me is...
When are you at your happiest? What motivates? What makes you happy in life?
In life, I guess that's a hard question. I guess being surrounded by family and friends and having everyone else be happy. Like I'm a people pleaser. So when everyone else is happy, I kind of am happy myself. So
perfect.
If life is great, then I live day by day, especially with what's going on with this world and what happened in Vegas. It kind of opened my eyes to live day by day and don't just always be happy and don't go to bed mad, or because you don't know what's going to happen.
I love it. Thank you so much for those words of wisdom.
Yes.
Anna, thank you so much for talking to me today. That was great. We'll see you again soon. Could you ask people to subscribe and like to the channel?
Oh, of course. Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, right now. Subscribe, everyone, please. He's an amazing person. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well done. Such a pro. Give you the $5 later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.